Hello, hello. Welcome back to Kaia Official on YouTube. I'm really happy to be here with you for our live Friday Q&A. Just checking my settings here, making sure. Let's see. Yep, great. Hi. Hi. Welcome back and happy new moon. Wow, what a week to behold in astrology. And I had this creative idea for today because, as many of you know, we're going live both in the app today for the Path of the Initiate membership, but we're also going live with the Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective, which anybody can join for free. You simply sign up to join at my website, kaira.com. I've got little Miss Sophia prowling around here at my feet. She's got a lot of new moon energy. When I was walking back here to the dining room to do today's live, I caught her making these really strange sounds with her toy bunny. So she was just biting into her toy bunny. And she's had an interesting energy all morning. And I was like, yeah, that seems like about right with the amount of transformation that's been happening over the past few months of astrological influences. So I want to welcome you. Happy new moon. It's so lovely to see everyone popping on in the chat. Feel free to introduce yourself and share what city or country you're watching live from. And if you are watching on the video replay, feel free to share in the comments. Also, it's so helpful when you like this video and subscribe to my channel. It shows your support of this free ministerial offering. So I've got these beautiful tarot cards spread out here, and this is actually for the prayer collective. But what I would like to share today is, so what I've done for today is I've got cards that represent all the different planets and the different alignments that are happening with this new moon. And so today I decided, because there can be many different cards that represent the planets in the deck. And today I've decided to use the Wheel of Fortune as a card that represents the planet Jupiter, because Jupiter is transitioning into Taurus for the next year. And this is a really important transit that you're probably feeling deeply along with this new moon in Taurus. So I say that because I know a lot of us are extremely intuitive, sensitive, psychic, and at times we can really feel what's happening in the skies. And because before it even really impacts the collective, or even as it's impacting the collective, because these planetary alignments, these archetypal energies of transformation, they're all a mirror for the inner cosmos, for the transformation that's happening within you in your journey to embody your higher self. So, one of the questions that I get often is, how do I use my tarot deck? How do I use my angel cards? How do I use astrology with the Sophia Code? And the Sophia Code is all about embodying your higher self and understanding that your higher self can speak through anything at all to get your attention, to help you receive the solutions that you're praying for, to have the courage to take the next steps with divinely guided, intuitive information that you're receiving. All of that is a process of embodying your higher self and learning to trust that the universe is at your higher self's service to speak on behalf of your higher self. And so the reason why I wanted to bring forward, and we're going to go through a lot of these cards during the prayer collective. So again, if you haven't signed up for today's free prayer collective, be sure to email us at kaira.com to subscribe. And I just want to talk about this card, the Wheel of Fortune. And why this card is important for today, representing Jupiter, because everybody's fortune is shifting right now with Jupiter going into Taurus. There's an amplification of this beneficent planet's energy, which is connected to, of course, good fortune and good luck, spiritual belief systems, wealth, amplification of your success, expansion into what you came here to embody. And so this weekend, you want to take a look at where does Jupiter fall in your chart, and what house is it affecting for you, this, not just this month, but also for the next year. And the reason why I would like to highlight this card today is because I've noticed with this new moon energy, we've got the moon card and the Wheel of Fortune card representing Jupiter. The moon is whenever we have a new moon energy, it's time to go inside. It's time to ask yourself the questions that really matter. It's time to create the space to listen to the parts of you that have been trying to get your attention, but maybe you've been too busy to be able to really drop in with those parts of yourself, because you are in more of a full moon cycle where everything was very expansive and outward and external, where we're putting into action the intentions that we set for ourselves during the new moon. So this new moon in Taurus, we're going to be asking ourselves some extremely important questions, which I'm going to go into deeper during the live stream, as well as during today's Heaven on Earth Prayer Collective. But one thing that I do want to share today on YouTube Live is this is a very powerful new moon for getting honest with yourself about how you may be running away from an issue related to your body, the comfortability of your body, the health of your body, your relationship with your body, maybe even your sexuality. Jupiter in Taurus is connected to our sensual relationship with life. And when I say sensual, I mean not just sexual, I mean like our intimate senses, like how we experience the world, how we experience our soul through our body. And this particular portal, this new moon in Taurus with Jupiter moving into Taurus, this is really important time for you to get honest with yourself about what you have felt unworthy of receiving solutions for in relationship to your body. And to take the time, as we will during the prayer collective, to go within and really assert a clear, simple, and powerful prayerful intention for this new moon energy to bring forward the solutions that you need under this very beneficial guidance of Jupiter, the blessings of Jupiter. There's an ease that's arising that if you are still stuck in patterns of unworthiness around a certain subject matter, the irony of this is the ease is going to actually feel more painful. But if you're doing the inner work, if you're taking the time to go within and say, hey, I'm important, and listening to my body and listening to what is arising to be loved, served, and honored within my body is worthy of my time and attention, you're lining yourself up with the beauty, the blessings, and the expansive momentum of your prayers being answered very rapidly during this moon cycle. I have said a prayer 3 nights this week for different issues, challenges, and I literally within 24 hours, I've received answers almost immediately from unexpected sources, unexpected people, unexpected experiences. Very often when we say a prayer, we want to control the outcome of how the prayer is answered. And so this is an important new moon to set your intention and let it go. Let the universe surprise you. In the Sophia Code Mystery School, we have a prayer that goes something like, show me how easy this can be, Sophia, God, whatever you call God, Divine Mother, Divine Father. Show me how easy this can be. Surprise me. You will be surprised with Jupiter moving into Taurus during this new moon in Taurus. You will be surprised by the beneficent blessings and answers that you receive if you are willing to take the time to go within and really face the places within you that have been in resistance to receiving these blessings. Many of us often say, oh, well, maybe someone else deserves that blessing, but I don't know. Not me, not today, because I'm not fill in the blank. I haven't fill in the blank. I'm not good enough, worthy enough, ready enough, fill in the blank. And it's just like, this is the new moon to really face that and open your heart to be very kind to yourself and welcome in this new moon energy that's really here to support you in turning the wheel of your fate and your fortune for the next year. I'm going to answer a question that we received that my team wrote down for me. And feel free to say hello in the chat. Does that energy, how does that land for you? How do those teachings land for you? What's been coming up for you around your body during this new moon in Taurus? How are you slowing down to appreciate your body, appreciate your senses and your intimate relationship with life? I know for myself, last night instead of just rushing into my car to the next appointment I had to go to, I slowed down to feel the wind against my skin. I love wind. I love feeling wind on my skin. And it just felt so lovely to slow down and savor the sensation of the wind through my hair, on my skin, moving the fabric over my skin. These are the kind of moments that a new moon in Taurus, as well as Jupiter in Taurus, highlight. The beauty and the subtle nuances of life that make life worth living. We're all starring in our own movies. How much are you enjoying being the star of your own movie? It's an interesting question to ask yourself. Yeah, Meredith is sharing in the chat how overworked she's been feeling as a single mother. It's been very tough working through it to know that things will improve very soon. Thank you for sharing, Meredith. I've been feeling extremely overworked myself with the many facets of my business, and we do in chapters of our life have to work very hard to create the systems and the support structures that welcome in greater ease into our lives. And sometimes it takes a new moon in Taurus like this to help us actually just really slow down and remember why we're working so hard. What are we working towards? We're working towards greater expansion, greater ease, greater abundance, greater connection. And so this new moon in Taurus helps us to savor that which we are already working towards in little moments along the way that actually really add up to a higher quality of life, because we're incorporating the little moments of self-care along the way that just make life more delicious, more savory. So the question, and thanks to everyone writing into the chat, and thank you for your beautiful comments and compliments. It's just so such a gift to be supported by you. And today's question is from a woman named Alicia. I feel like I want to step up to the joy, desire, and fire in my life, but I sometimes get stuck in a story of who I have been in the past. How do I cultivate this new energy of joy and fire in a way that feels inspiring rather than just jumping on the latest how-to trend? I sometimes get stuck in a story of who I have been in my past. Wow. Well, we just came out of a really powerful Mercury retrograde where we were looking at who we've been in the past, and very powerful review of the past few years in particular. And what I love about that Mercury retrograde going direct for this new moon in Taurus and this new Jupiter transit into Taurus is that if you are really doing the inner work over the past few weeks to look at previous belief systems in a very authentic way, to look at the previous belief systems that have been creating pain and stagnation in your life, this is that new moon where things can go direct, like a slingshot, in the right direction with a lot of momentum because of how much we were examining in this previous Mercury retrograde. One of the easiest, simple ways that's pretty ancient, it's not a trendy how-to momentary flash on Instagram, is to move your body. If you are feeling stagnation about who you were in the past, and it just keeps looping, it's important to find physical activities that help you be with the pain, the sorrow, the grief, or the loss, the regret of whatever you're looping on in the past, and to move your body as you speak very kindly to yourself, if possible, out loud. Move your body and have a conversation with yourself about how you were doing the best you could, how amazing it is that you survived the circumstances that you survived, that you knew what you knew at the time, and now you are, so much more prepared to know so much better at this chapter of your life, and that every chapter is exactly as it needs to be for the learning that we're receiving. And you can be doing this while you're moving your body through a swimming pool, while you're dancing. I don't know, maybe there's like an empty dance room at your gym that you can sneak into and have this body practice with. You could do this at your home. You can do this on a walk. You can do this on a run. You can do it on a hike. Like have the conversation with your heart while you are moving your body. You can also journal about this conversation and then move your body afterwards to move the energy. And I know Sophia woke up and she was feeling pretty agitated, so she moved her body a lot. She was biting into that bunny and rolling around and making lots of sounds in her tissue paper fort because she had an excess amount of energy this morning from this new moon bringing up questions for her. And I know it's funny, I'm silly, I guess, but I don't know. It was interesting to watch her go through her process this morning and to see her take good care of herself through movement. And I know for myself, I always feel these transits that come sooner, a few days before they hit, because I know I'm getting ready to support our community. And I spent a great deal of time, which I'm going to share about in the prayer collective, both journaling and moving my body this week to really make sure that I was ready to receive the blessings of this Jupiter transit, which I'm already feeling the lightness of in such significant ways, because I took the time to examine the belief systems that were installed in my past that are just exhausted. They're just exhausting and they are exhausted. My body wants them to stop. My emotional body wants them to stop. My higher self obviously is like, this is done. And so you really want to take the time with yourself. It's wonderful to receive help and therapy. It's wonderful to connect with others about your challenges, but there's there's something that you can only receive from being with yourself. You're going to be your most honest with yourself. allow yourself to move and allow yourself to write about what's arising for you, both your really hard feelings, your prayers, your dreams, and your wishes, maybe the things that you're keeping you from those prayers and wishes coming true. And then you'll go even deeper. Once you meet your resistances on the page or as you're moving your body, you realize this is ridiculous. I'm going to allow myself to move through this unworthiness and accept how worthy I am of having a beautiful life. And what I love about this new moon in Taurus is that a beautiful life actually begins in our moment by moment reality, by how loving and kind we're being to ourselves, how much we are appreciating and honoring the needs of our body, and how much attention are we paying to our inner world that is always calling out to us. No matter how many responsibilities we have externally, our internal world is summoning us every day to its grace. So I hope you enjoyed today's live. It's so lovely to see so many people in the chat. Thanks for liking this video and showing your support for this free ministerial offering by subscribing to my channel. I'm so grateful to be here with you on Fridays. It's always so much fun to me. And I look forward to being with our members for the Path of the Initiate in the Sophia Code app. Have you downloaded the Sophia Code app yet? It's beautiful. It's where I'm headed to next. And I'm going to do a much more extended Q&A there in literally 1 minute. So download the Sophia Code app, subscribe to the Path of the Initiate, and there is live stream content that happens all week. We have Team Angels, we have Sophia Circle leaders that do live prayers, community book readings, and then of course we do Q&A on Friday, a much more extended Q&A than what I can do here on YouTube. So I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for being here live with me today. Thank you for liking this video. As always, thank you for your loving support of the Sophia Code. It's an honor and a joy for me to be a part of your spiritual journey. Namaste.